I submitted it to Gene Hackman, and Gene I'd known for many years, but
Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman, two names that define Hollywood's golden era. One, the quiet, stoic cowboy who became a legendary director. The other, the intense, methodical actor who brought raw emotion to every role. Together, they redefined what it meant to be a leading man. But behind their iconic careers lies a story few know, a tale of rivalry, mutual respect, and a friendship that ran deep in the roles they played. For decades, their bond remained shrouded in mystery. But now, at 94, Clint Eastwood is finally breaking his silence. What did he reveal about Gene Hackman's final years? And how does it change everything we thought we knew about their relationship? In this video, we'll take you on a journey through their lives, from their humble beginnings to their rise as Hollywood legends. We'll explore their clashing styles, their iconic collaborations, and the untold stories behind their most famous films. By the end, you'll see Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman in a whole new light. So, grab a seat and get ready. This is the untold story of two giants who shape Hollywood forever. Early lives and careers. Clint Eastwood was born on May 31st, 1930, in San Francisco, California. His family moved frequently during his childhood, and he often found himself as the new kid in school. Despite the challenges, Eastwood developed a passion for music and performance. After high school, he worked odd jobs, including as a lifeguard and a lumberjack, before being drafted into the Army during the Korean War. Eastwood's big break came in 1959 when he was cast as Rowdy Yates in the TV series Rawhide. The role of the rugged cowboy became his signature, and it was here that he honed his minimalist acting style, saying more with less. His steely gaze and quiet confidence made him a fan favorite. It wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. Gene Hackman's early life. Gene Hackman's journey to stardom was anything but easy. Born on January 30th, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, Hackman grew up in a troubled household. His parents divorced when he was young, and he often felt like an outsider. After dropping out of high school, Hackman joined the Marine Corps, where he served for 3 years. Upon returning to civilian life, Hackman struggled to find his footing. He worked as a truck driver, a doorman, and even a shoe salesman before deciding to pursue acting. He enrolled at the Pasadena Playhouse, where he trained alongside future stars like Dustin Hoffman. Despite being told he'd never make it in Hollywood, Hackman's determination paid off when he landed his breakthrough role in The French Connection. First encountered Beguiled. The year was 1971, and the set of Beguiled brought Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman together for the first time. The film, a Southern Gothic drama set during the Civil War, starred Eastwood as John McBurney, a wounded Union soldier taken in by a group of Southern women. Hackman had a minor role as a soldier, but even with limited screen time, tension simmered behind the scenes. Eastwood, already known for his minimalist approach, preferred to let his actions speak louder than words. Hackman, on the other hand, thrived on emotional depth and complexity. Their clashing styles were evident from the start. Eastwood found Hackman's method acting overly calculated, while Hackman saw Eastwood's stoicism as too simplistic. Despite their differences, there was an unspoken respect between them. Both had fought their way to the top, and both understood the sacrifices it took to succeed in Hollywood. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of a rivalry and a friendship that would define their careers. Clashing styles, Eastwood's minimalism versus Hackman's intensity. Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman represented two sides of the same coin. Eastwood's acting style was rooted in minimalism. He believed in saying less and doing more, relying on his steely gaze and quiet presence to convey emotion. His characters were often men of few words, letting their actions speak for themselves. Hackman, on the other hand, was all about intensity. He immersed himself in his roles, dissecting every line and movement to bring depth and nuance to his characters. His performances were raw, emotional, and unforgettable. This fundamental difference in approach often put them at odds. On the set of Beguiled, Eastwood preferred to stick to the script, while Hackman pushed for deeper emotional layers. Their rivalry wasn't about animosity. It was about pushing each other to be better. And in doing so, they redefined what it meant to be a leading man in Hollywood. Hollywood in the 70s and 80s redefining cinema. The 1970s and 80s were a transformative period for Hollywood, and Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman were at the forefront of this change. Eastwood's Dirty Harry series redefined the action genre, while Hackman's performances in The French Connection and The Conversation set new standards for dramatic acting. Eastwood also began to explore directing, with films like Play Misty for Me and The Outlaw Josie Wales showcasing his storytelling prowess. Hackman, meanwhile, continued to deliver powerhouse performances, earning multiple Academy Awards and cementing his status as one of Hollywood's greatest actors. Together, they represented the best of Hollywood, raw talent, uncompromising grit, and a commitment to their craft. But as their careers soared, their paths began to diverge, setting the stage for one of the most iconic collaborations in film history, Unforgiven. The collaboration that changed everything in 1992, Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman came together for Unforgiven, a Western that would redefine the genre. Eastwood starred as William Money, a retired gunslinger dragged back into a world of violence, while Hackman played Lil Bill Daggett, a brutal and corrupt sheriff. Behind the scenes, the tension between Eastwood and Hackman was palpable. Eastwood, who also directed the film, preferred a lean, efficient approach, while Hackman pushed for deeper emotional layers. Their clashing styles created friction, but also resulted in one of the most powerful performances of their careers. Unforgiven went on to win 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director for Eastwood. It was a testament to their shared artistry and a fitting capstone to their legendary careers. Hackman's retirement, why he walked away. In the late 1990s, Gene Hackman made a decision that stunned Hollywood. He walked away. After decades of delivering unforgettable performances, Hackman chose to retire quietly, leaving behind a legacy that few could match. Unlike so many stars who cling to fame, Hackman exited on his own terms. He turned his attention to writing and painting, finding fulfillment in a life away from the spotlight. His decision was a reminder that true success isn't about fame or fortune. It's about living life on your own terms. Eastwood's legacy, the man who never stopped while Hackman chose to retire, Clint Eastwood continued to push forward. At an age when most would have long since stepped aside, Eastwood remained one of Hollywood's most respected figures. Films like $1 Million Baby and Gran Torino proved that his storytelling abilities were sharper than ever. Eastwood's legacy is one of relentless drive and uncompromising vision. He's not just an actor or a director. He's a storyteller who has shaped Hollywood for over 6 decades. Eastwood's revelation, the truth about Hackman's final years. Now, at 94, Clint Eastwood is finally speaking out about Gene Hackman's final years. In a rare public statement, Eastwood reflected on their last conversations, their shared reflections on Hollywood, and the legacy Hackman left behind. Eastwood revealed that Hackman's decision to retire was one he deeply respected. Gene was one of the greatest actors of all time, Eastwood said. But more than that, he was a man who knew when to walk away. That's something I've always admired. Eastwood's revelations offer a new perspective on their relationship, one of mutual respect, admiration, and a shared understanding of what it means to leave a lasting legacy. Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman, 2 legends who redefine Hollywood with their talent, grit, and authenticity. Their story isn't just about rivalry or friendship. It's about legacy. And now, thanks to Eastwood's revelations, we have a deeper understanding of the bond they shared. What do you think about their relationship? Was it admiration, rivalry, or something deeper? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from Hollywood's golden era.